Since the popular uprising that ousted President Omar al-Bashir in 2019, Sudan has been in crisis. The complicated political and economic challenges in the African nation were worsened by the military takeover led by General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan in October 2021. This was set back for the fragile democratic transition that had been witnessed after Omar al-Bashir's three-decade-long hold on power ended. After months of heated debate, conflict and violence, the Transitional Military Council and the Forces for Freedom and Change finally decided to split power between them in July 2019 following the military's and protesters' representatives signing of a three-year transitional agreement on May 14, 2019. In the agreement, the Sovereign Council was to be made up of 5 civilians and 5 military members, with 1 remaining seat to go to a civilian chosen by both sides. The council was to be governed for 21 months by a military figure, followed by an 18-month period under a civilian leader. On 20th August 2019, power was transferred to the Sovereign Council with Fattah al-Burhan as the chair and Abdallah Hamdok as Prime Minister for the Transitional Cabinet. It was a promising development, and Sudan's pro-democracy supporters were optimistic about the country's future. But on the 25th of October 2021, General al-Burhan dissolved the civilian government and the military arrested its top officials, including Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok. This effectively ended the military-civilian power-sharing partnership aimed at bringing Sudan closer to democracy, with elections scheduled for 2023. The AU suspended the country once again, and the coup was met with protests, strikes, and civil disobedience in Khartoum, Omdurman, and other locations across the country. Following increased pressure from the international community, Hamdok was freed on the 21st of November 2021. He was reinstated as the country's prime minister and opted to maintain the power-sharing deal with the military. But with the Forces for Freedom and Change and other groups rejecting the agreement, Hamdok stepped down on the 2nd of January 2022. His resignation marked the departure of Sudan's final remnant of a civilian administration, leaving a constitutional vacuum in its aftermath. General al-Burhan established a new ruling Sovereign Council. After months of negotiations and peace talks, various political forces, including the civilian opposition bloc, the Forces for Freedom and Change, signed a framework agreement with the military leadership on 5th of December 2022 to try and end Sudan's turbulent political crisis. The deal, among other aspects, addresses demonstrators' demands such as removing the military's involvement in the government and commerce. It also establishes a 2-year transition period with a civilian-led administration prior to elections. Enock, Sikolia, CGTN.